Trade Genius.
What's going on, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. I wanted to kind of do a macro take on, global events and Bitcoin. But first, I wanted to show you guys a little update on Bitcoin. Our heat map turned red. So basically at this point, you're looking for things to roll over and then short any pops. And what we're seeing now is a nice dip after this confirmed on us. So again, this is looking at hedging activity. And so it rolled over. Now we're probably looking at any type of pops are going to probably get shorted on those first attempts. So interesting that preceded that move down. If you look at the moneymaker, guys, this is our new indicator. We released it, so the subs have access to this and doing a great job on the hourly. So we're just waiting to see if we get an hourly signal here soon to tell us if we can get in and get long on a swing trade on Bitcoin. But if you guys are interested in this stuff, guys, getting access to our heat map readings and the moneymaker, head over to tradelikeagenius.com. You can use the school promo code 40% off for the software or the moneymaker, or you can join us in the room or get the moneymaker and room access by clicking on one of these package specials. All right, now let's take a look at the macro picture on Bitcoin. So we've got several things in play globally, right? We have the trade war, we have global bond yields going to zero or negative, and we're going to take a look at a couple of charts like that. And all of that plays into Bitcoin because Bitcoin, is a hard asset, it's hard money, it's very finite. You can't mess with its scarcity. It's built into the code and, it has a very transparent ledger, right? So everyone sees what's going on. So, you see where China starts devaluating and as the trade war escalates. And I mean, it just, as soon as they do that, boom, you see the pop in Bitcoin. Now, we already have the halving cycle, which inherently moves Bitcoin, but I think this has really poured gas on the cyclical nature of the halving events. And so now we have these bigger than average moves coming out of the bear market. And all of this is playing into it. Here's the Fed rate cut. What happens? Boom, Bitcoin rips. Right in the middle of that rip, China does another round of devaluation, right? So just look what it does. It's just pouring gas on Bitcoin. And it's going to continue. If we look at the global charts for negative yielding debt index, okay, so white is a negative yielding debt index. So all of the global bonds that are going negative, okay, this is the amount of the value of those bonds that are now yielding negative. Notice what's happening with the price of Bitcoin right along with it. And this is a slippery slope. Once you start going negative yields, that means you're digging deep into the ammo box to try and stimulate things, and it's not happening. Okay, so now what you're seeing is a colossal failure of central bank policy now. Kicking the can down the road is now creating negative yields. And what's going to happen is no one's going to really be interested in getting negative yield bonds. They're going to start going into things like hard assets, metals, real estate, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to have the biggest return. It's finite. It's the most finite. Guys, this isn't going to end. Okay, this is just the beginning. And when we talk about high valuations of Bitcoin, when we talk about stock to flow, this is where the fuel is going to come from. Trillions of dollars now in negative yields that people aren't going to want to see negative yielding anymore. They're going to want to go to a safe haven. And yes, Bitcoin, relative to the macro global economy is the new kid on the block. And yes, there's going to be trust issues with people that don't quite understand it, but that's quickly solving itself. People are understanding what it is. They're understanding the decentralized nature of it. And you're going to see more and more inflows. So when we talk about these high valuations and high market caps, there is a sea of money, a sea of market cap that will be looking for insurance against the coming inflation, against negative yields, and it's coming, guys. So Bitcoin at these levels, big picture, probably a really good deal. And again, the window for owning whole Bitcoins is closing quickly for a lot of people. So again, get Bitcoin as much as you can. That's been our mandate, up and down. You just want to get as much as you can when you can, because over the long term, holding Bitcoin, considering where we are headed, and this isn't going to reverse anytime soon, there's tremendous upside for it. And likely what we'll see is similar to what we saw with gold, where we had a long sustained multi-year bull run until gold topped out around 2011, and we'll probably see that on steroids with Bitcoin. And I think it's going to surprise and shock a lot of people. Anyways, guys, I thought I would just share that with you and just kind of keep things in a macro perspective with Bitcoin. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.
Trade Genius.